Welcome back to Hardball. In football, they call it a rebuilding year. It's when the coaches and the school fathers know they've graduated, just too many seniors, and have too many untested freshmen on the returning team. Could we say the post-Mitt Romney Republicans are in the same boat? That they don't expect to win soon, at least not if Hillary runs, but do need to rebuild their party for the long haul. In fact, is there a danger out there right now that if the Republicans don't clean up their image, they're headed toward years of defeat in presidential elections? Well, look at the proposals we're seeing right now. Karl Rove wants to keep the fringies from winning nomination for the U.S. Senate. Eric Cantor wants to go small bore, focus on things like Clinton did with school uniforms, and tell college students the jobs picture out there in their major might be a little too tough. And what about the gun issue? Should the party stick with the NRA or pull a sister soldier and tell Wayne LaPierre to go get a real job? Bottom line, how can a party that's been built over the decades on the people who've left the Democrats abandon those issues that attracted the rural South and the West people and the miners and the ranchers and the religious right and the gun owners and the people furious about illegal immigration and the cultural conservatives generally? How do you abandon those people and still keep a party? Well, tonight an expert, a passionate believer that politics can get better, my colleague Joe Scarborough. So there's the wide open question. How do you keep this huge tent the Republican Party has built in the last 30 or 40 years with people from the South, the West, the miners, the ranchers, the religious right, all those people that have decided the Republican Party is their natural home, and yet you have people on the fringe that are costing you your image?
Well, you've got to stand up to people on the fringe. You know, when parties go extreme, they get roundly defeated. It happened to Democrats in 1984. It happened to the Republican neocons in 2006. It happened in the off-year elections back in 2010. Americans thought Democrats went too far to the left, and they punished them in almost historic proportions in that midterm election. But, you know, 2012, Republicans got punished because they were the party of Todd Akin instead of the party of Colin Powell. They were the party of Richard Mourdock instead of being the party of George H.W. Bush. This is a party that Colin Powell wanted nothing to do with, despite the fact a guy like Colin Powell is absolutely necessary if you're going to have two wings of a Republican Party that can win national elections. Chris, we've lost 5 out of the last 6 popular votes in presidential races, and a lot of the reason why is because we've had a lot of discordant voices on the right that are too extreme to those very people you were talking about that first left the Democratic Party because they became too extreme starting in 1968.
Well, let's talk about